Talk. Talk. Talk to me Tuesday. Hey there, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday. I'm your host, Mardi B, and I have my twin today. We are twinning. Yes.
Like we planned it.
Exactly. So, Attorney Rochelle Guiton is on the show. You've been on the show before, but definitely not often. You barely were getting established in this firm, and now we're going to hit the ground running this year. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So for those that are barely meeting you for the first time, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Ooh, everything. I'm just kidding.
So my name is Rochelle Guiton, and I'm an attorney here at D. Miller and Associates, and I've been here since, October of last year, so October of 2019. And prior to that, I'd been at the Montgomery County DA's office for just over 9 years. And practice criminal law, and so I've just been hired here to transition from that criminal background into civil work, and we'll be working the sexual assault, human trafficking docket here.
Wow, so you're something, based upon your experience, you're something they call powerful, man. That's crazy. So that is awesome. I know you guys are going to get to know Attorney Rochelle Guiton a little bit more this year. We're going to just really open up those lines of communication. So I want to open up the lines of communication. Today's going to be a fun show for you guys. It is Happy New Year's, our first show of the year. We are in 2020.
Yes.
We now have our first show of the decade.
This is wild, right?
So crazy.
It's just come and gone so quickly.
Literally, I remember the last big deal was in the 2000s. And now here we are 20 years later. Right. It's just crazy to me how time is flying.
My mind. It's like you can blink your eye and time will just have
there it goes, like that. Just like that. So new decade. So now we're in the decade of going back again to the Roaring 20s. Mm. Is that what we're going to call it? Roaring 20s? I think that's kind of fun, huh?
Yes.
Yes. So a lot of people celebrated the new year, and I'm going to ask you here a little bit how you celebrated your new year, but we also did a lot. It was the holidays. Well, I haven't seen you guys in a long time. So we had the holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Tres Reyes Magos, which is more for our Latin community, and then New Year.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what did you do for the holidays, or how do you and your family celebrate?
So family time is just basically what I do. Family time, and I've eaten way too much food and way too much unhealthy food. And so that's pretty much what I did. Just spent a lot of time with my kids. I've got 3 kids, and my husband and my parents and his parents, and so that's what we do every holiday. Yeah. So we, I think we talked about Christmas and where I put up my tree and decorate the house and, all the fun stuff that the kids like for Christmas. And
let me ask you this. Do you still have your tree up?
I do.
Me too.
However, my tree is still up because I decorate for Mardi Gras.
Oh, so you switched the decor.
Yes. And so we leave it up until after Mardi Gras. And that's my way to celebrate Mardi Gras here in Houston.
Oh, that's super cool.
Because I don't get to do it a whole lot at home. But
I like that. Maybe that's something that you guys may want to do. Just take off the Christmas decorations and put a new holiday. I mean, there's a lot. There's Valentine's Day. That's your way to stay kind of connected from where you're from. Which you're from Louisiana.
Right.
For those of you guys don't know, pop quiz will be later. Literally.
Yes, South Louisiana. So we love Mardi Gras. That's my way of, still maintaining that tradition.
That's awesome. So I would love to hear what you guys did for the holidays, what some of your traditions are. I think it's beautiful to kind of hear. A lot of people are very family oriented, so I think it's great to kind of hear how the traditions are. If you travel, if you go somewhere and just do game night. I love that picture that is up there, which is Happy New Year. You guys, are so fun. It's a fun bunch, and you guys did that all together, so I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, you guys get your acting hats on and just able to really bring it to us. So I love it. So I want to open up those lines of communication. If you guys have any questions for us on what we have up our sleeve for 2020, there's going to be a lot of great things. We have made a mark this last year in 2019 as a firm. We brought you on, which has been a blessing. We brought another attorney, Marcelo Hoffman, too. So with this strength and power, what I said earlier, it's not just you, Attorney Andy Rubenstein, Anush Kapoor, Ramesh Raghuthaman, and Darren Miller. There's a lot of power, and together you guys can just achieve it all.
I love it, and I'm excited about it. Yes.
Me too, yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we're doing this year, but I'm going to, give it a second. We do have a question here from Rebecca. Rebecca saying, Mardi, this is for me, not for you, but I'm going to turn it back to you. Mardi, what is your favorite part of the holiday? I think I would have to agree with Attorney Guiton that family is so important. I spend the last half of the year with my family. I don't see them as often as I would like to. So I see them maybe once a month, but just really being able to connect and just enjoy, and then being able to wake up and that's what you have. That's something that I miss, and I want to give advice not to take that for granted. Right. So if you have your family, being able to hug them and just saying, I love you. Some people don't have it for whatever reason. Yes. So that is my favorite part of the holiday, and also reflecting what the holiday means to me. Every religion and every belief is different. So my family really reflects on what it's about and our tradition. So
I love it. Yeah. Same for me with my family, and just having that kind of fun time. We played Taboo.
Oh, that's awesome.
You don't have time to play games and do things like that, and so we just had some, game nights and just had a really good time together.
Yeah, that's what it's about, is really reflecting on the meaning behind it, So I love that. So thank you, Rebecca, for asking me. No one really asks me questions. I like it. Questions.
Ask her more. Bring them on. I like it.
And so I have another question here. This one's from John. John is saying, Rochelle, what did you do to bring in the new year?
We had a party at my house, small party, but I'm a kind of a homebody. And so I like to be able to have my kids around for the new year. Some people like to, go out and party and, things like that. But I like to be at home. And again, it's more family oriented. Yeah. So we have my kids and little cousins and family that come over, and we hang out and open in the new year.
So
together.
Did the kids make it through midnight?
Oh, my kids always make it through. To know them is to love them, right? So they always, my kids, if you let them be night owls, they will be night owls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they definitely made it into the new year. But the funniest thing that happened is my daughter fell asleep with her toy in her hand and didn't even realize we had taken it out of her hands. She finally fell asleep at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my goodness! Thank goodness there's no school, right? That they were able to do that, which is beautiful, because you get to bring in the new year not just as an adult, but with the kids too, and you're kind of embedding that in them too. So I had the luxury. I was actually at home here in Houston, so I wasn't with my family anymore at that time. But in my balcony, they were doing fireworks, so I just sat out there. Yeah. And I just watched it all. I didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, I like it. But it's so relaxing, right? And then you still get to kind of celebrate that new year coming in.
And there was just a lot of a lot of things that were going through my mind in regards to, okay, the New Year's tomorrow. Okay, what am I going to do? Like, you kind of close that year, then you start a new one, and you have to sit down and think and reflect. What are you going to do? Right. How are you going to achieve it, etc.? So.
Right. What was good? What was bad? What do you want to bring in? What do you want to change?
Right.
It's definitely a time of reflection and resolutions. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people do vision boards. So if that works for you, people do the vision board, whether it's actually creative in a poster board, or if they just write it down, or if they put it in their phone, something that you can actually see. Almost either on a daily or on a monthly, to remind yourself of what you said. I think that's pretty big.
Yeah, I think it is. And I think that's important to be reminded on a weekly basis. Some of us, we set resolutions, and then by next month or March, you've moved on to the next best thing and you've forgotten that. So I think vision boards are good, or like sometimes I'll save motivational thoughts or, on my screen, on my cell phone.
Yeah.
To just remind myself of like, what are you trying to accomplish? What do you want to make happen? Because before you know it, it'll be December of 2020.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And you'll go, what did I do this year?
Yeah. And a good suggestion, I think you brought up a good point, is a lot of us have our cell phones, and not just our cell phones, but now the cell phone is hooked up to the watch, and now the watch is hooked up to the ear pod. So what a good suggestion would be, because I have an iPhone watch too, just not wearing it today, is putting those resolutions on your watch. So every time you look at the time, you're being reminded.
Right.
Ooh, that's,
you're welcome. Actually, I've got one on my phone that says, dreams don't work unless you do. That's my screensaver.
That's
for
awesome.
My phone.
Yeah.
So
utilize those things so that you can keep with that resolution and you don't fail yourself, because no one wants to fail at your own game. So like we're talking about now, it's a new year, a new decade, and a new mindset. Yes. So let's talk about now those resolutions. I know we're kind of tapping into it. And I'm going to ask you, because there's going to be a picture that comes up, what is your resolution?
So my resolution, it's a little bit more than probably what's in the picture, but practicing healthier eating habits is one of them. But my word for 2020 is discipline, and it kind of goes into having those healthier eating habits, and I'm a pasta sweets kind of girl.
Ooh.
And so, I could really do bad, if I don't watch what I'm eating. And so I would like to be more disciplined in that area.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's awesome. I love that you already have your New Year's resolution, your New Year's word.
Yes.
Like, you definitely probably sat down and mapped it all out, which is great. I love it. So did I. So I do have a question. This is Lauren is saying, what is your New Year resolutions, Mardi? Oh, it's not my turn. So I have a lot. I really break it down. I'm a very like a category type of girl. So I have personal, business, work, fitness. So one of my resolutions is gonna be taking. Our boss said this the other day: risk and reward. Yes. Okay, I will be taking a little bit more risks, whether it's personally, whether it's on fitness. Those are challenges that, a lot of people are afraid of the challenge and afraid of the risk. But if you do it and you stick by it, there is a bigger reward with everything, whether it is financial or whether it's you being just happy with what your body looks like, or you're just healthier. You can breathe. You can walk up the stairs without being tired, Right. So I think that's what I would, that's one of my resolutions, is risk and reward. And of course, I'm just like you, as the fitness part and eating healthier. Whenever you do all of that, I don't know about you, but I just feel
better.
Oh my gosh. Mentally, physically, my face looks better and clearer. Like, it's crazy.
No, that's 100% true. Yeah, you have more energy.
Yeah.
It increases your metabolism, your immune system. Yeah,
your sleep is even better.
Every good reason to take better care of your body. Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, I know we're talking about the fitness side, and the new year, everyone starts going to the gym, and everyone starts doing a lot of healthy tips, and I really want to recommend for you guys to stick with it. I know what we're doing here, and I want you to kind of talk about that. Yes. We're doing here at D. Miller & Associates almost like the quote-unquote Biggest Loser, okay? So that puts you accountable for what you're saying as far as your diet, but now there's money on the line. You want to talk a little bit about what you're doing?
I'm excited about it. I signed up for it.
She's on it.
We started yesterday and had a weigh-in as an office. And so now, the bets are on the table, and we are, putting in for good health. And I like it because we're holding each other accountable. And, I think it's good to do it in an environment where everybody's going to support each other, and everybody wants to be healthy and wants to, change that lifestyle, because that's kind of what I want. I don't want to diet and make it like this 3-month, thing where I, jump off the bandwagon. I hope to make a lifestyle change.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. So talking about it, yes, you got weighed in yesterday to see where you start off and where you clocked in at, basically, but it's private. So yours is private. There is one person that sees it, and it's confidential.
Right.
How long is this Biggest Loser here in-house?
I think it's 3 months.
Yeah.
So every other week there'll be a weigh-in, and we have to pay extra money if we gain weight. So listen, I'm not gonna do it.
1 pound equals $5.
Right.
Half a pound is obviously half of that, $2.50. But listen, if you don't take it seriously, you end up paying a lot to the pot.
Yeah, so once you're in, you better be in.
Yes. And it is, this one is by weight. There's other people that are doing either by results, by inches. There's so many ways that you could do it. There's people that do it with their friends group, with their family. I really encourage, if this is something that maybe your family member needs to get healthier, it's a great way to have them accountable to where they're like, I'm not going to pay $50 because I gained, et cetera, pounds. But they also are, you're kind of almost making them change their lifestyle.
I just like it because you can have an accountability partner. You know, it's good for somebody on those days where you don't feel like working out, because that happens a lot. You know, you plan at the, early morning, I'm going to work out when I get off from work, and then it doesn't happen. And so you have that accountability partner, somebody that can give you that extra push to keep going.
Yeah, and I will tell you what my commitment is to you guys on this. So I actually have like my own plan with my own fitness, etc. But my commitment is to help. Like, I do have a lot of friends here at the office. So if they're, wow, I just need a Coke, like, I am trying to be that positive support system to tell them on why it's okay to go choose the water route, and you got this, and all that good stuff. And another thing that I'm going to try to do is be a workout buddy. So I do not mind running with people if they want to do it in the parking lot after work. Like, I'm going to offer that, which not everyone may take it up, but at least they have someone that's not in the competition that is wanting to help.
But what about someone who might not be able to run right off the bat? They might need to start off with a jog or walk, or somebody that might have to start at a slower pace, right?
Yeah, so we do
running
this.
Can be intimidating.
It can be. So we do this every year. We do it actually twice a year. So being with the company for some time, I have had friends, and I try to motivate them with the jog. But my running is a little bit faster or whatever. So I make sure I stay with them, or I run and I come back for them. So there's a different approaches, and even if they just step it up and start with the walk, even a walk can burn just as much calories as running. So a lot of you guys may think, oh, walking? No, absolutely, yes. If you do a brisk walk, you could get it done. So I just want to motivate, and just what I've learned in the fitness world, I want to give that too. You never know. Motivate. You might have not known that, and I just taught you something. You're like, wow, let me do this, and you create a habit.
You got to start somewhere too.
You do have to start somewhere. So I'm glad that you committed to that. Biggest Loser here at the law firm, and I'm committing to being such a support system as well as helping in any which way I can. So I would love to kind of hear what you guys are doing, what your New Year resolution is, how you are basically pressing the reset button. There's so many ways you could hit the reset button, right?
Right.
And it's starting off strong and keeping that momentum.
Right. Being consistent and keeping it going.
Consistency, yes. So now I think it's time for our little fun part of the show. We're doing something new today.
Ooh. I'm excited, scared, nervous.
All at the same time, right? So we're doing this, which is a little bowl. This was brought to us from our production team, so this is not my idea.
Okay.
And it's definitely not yours either, right? Because you're new to this.
Not my idea.
So basically, it is our New Year game. It's our trivia. So in here, guys, I don't know if you guys could see, there's little papers in there. There's questions in here, okay? So let me tell you what kind of memory this brings back to me.
Okay.
I was actually in a pageant, and this is exactly what happens, is you are like, I have a question. And some of these questions are current events. You have a question, you don't know what's going to come out, but you have to answer the question, and you have to answer it really eloquently. So this is what this is reminding me of. We're going to do 5 questions each. Okay?
All right.
Are you ready?
I don't know if I'm ready, but do I have a choice?
See, this is where we have a new year, new decade, new mindset.
Right. So can we vote on who goes first? Can you go first?
Can y'all vote?
Can we get some voting in? Come on. Paper, rock, scissors.
Okay, let's do paper, rock, scissors. Okay. So best 2 out of 3, right?
All right,
okay, ready, go. I won. Okay, on 3. Let's count.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You beat me. Okay. Good. 1, 2, 3. I beat you. So you go first.
All right. So I think you pull for me. Are you pulling?
Scissors. I'm gonna pull. So this is how this is gonna work. Thank you for asking that. So I pull the question. I ask her the question, and she's gonna answer it, and then it's gonna be your turn. Okay.
I'm nervous.
I'm gonna take the bucket. I know. I'm kind of nervous too. Actually,
is there a call to a friend if I don't know the answer?
I mean, yes, we do have people in the room right now, so we could definitely do a little bit of assistance. And I want you guys also to feel comfortable to assist us as well. If you've watched the show before or you remember certain things, feel free to help us out in any which way. Let me make sure there's no comments yet. Okay. That's my way to kind of coast a little bit more. Okay, so Attorney Rochelle, best thing you have learned this year?
Best thing that I've learned this year.
Mm-hmm. And this year being 2019, not the 6-7 days of 2020.
Okay. That's a tough question. I've learned a lot in 2019. Just simply from transitioning from one job to the next job. So that's a really hard question for me, except that and I don't know if this is not going to be like a generic or cliche answer, but that I have learned a lot about myself and my ability to transition. And, although I was ready for that change and excited about that change, there was a lot of fear associated with it, coming from the criminal world, going into the civil world. But I had this passion for working with survivors of sexual assaults and sex trafficking, and I wanted to be able to take that to another level.
Yeah.
And so I think that the biggest thing that I've learned is just not being fearful of like the transition or trying something new. And I hope to bring that into 2020, to be able to just continue being fearless about transitions and new things and change. And, I don't know if that's the right answer, but that's mine.
And you learned that on 2019 and you just elevated and keep elevating every year after that. I think that's great.
Right.
Awesome. Well, good job. That was your first question. You passed.
All right. Check.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to shuffle these up.
I did too.
Okay.
It's a hard one, guys.
All right. And most challenging thing this year.
Oh.
And you've been a busy bee this year. So
I'm
this
glad
year, 2019.
Yes. I think the most challenging thing for me, I'm going to bring it back to a self comment, is I do love what I do. I work a lot. I'm always doing stuff. And so what's been challenging is to give back to myself, because I feel like I have a different gift and I want to give back to others and I want to do and I want to help, and I'm very selfless. I think it helps a little bit also for peace of mind and my sanity too, to be able to give to myself, whether it's just a weekend of just chilling on my couch, I think that's been my most challenging thing, and that's what I kind of want to do this year, is take those risks. And this is going to be it's a little bit deeper than that, but there's going to be always that reward behind it. So I think that's been challenging, but I will definitely.
But maybe self-care.
Self-care, for sure.
Like just being able to take that time out for yourself.
Yes, for sure. So I have a comment, And this is Laura is saying, good answer, Ro.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I know you guys are listening, so let us know what you guys think. So let me shuffle. Now it's her turn again, so hopefully she has good answer number 2.
Oh, we shall see.
Okay, Laura. All right, so this one I shuffled it around as well. Attorney Rochelle. What is a place you want to visit next year? And when I say next year, I'm talking about 2020. Place you want to visit. Ooh, that's a good one.
So I don't know if I have a specific place that I want to visit, but regarding travel, we started a tradition in 2019 to have a trip with my family. So that's including my parents, my brother, and my kids and my husband. And I would like to keep that going. And I have promised, and I'm sure my mom's watching so that she can hear the buzzwords, that I'd like to see that happen every single year. And, you know, it's something that we hadn't done before since we were, you know, my brother and I were kids. And so now it's my kids coming along. And so I'd like to see that happen.
Yeah, that's awesome. So now you're going to have to pick a place for this year. We would love to hear. I'm sure you guys would love to hear where they're going to go this year and where they're going to, see, and kind of take the family to explore. Yeah. As kids, you explore those things, and that's, a lot of people have those memories, like, oh, when I was a kid, I went to Disneyland, or I went here. So I think that's great that you're embedding that too. We do have another comment. This one's from Chriselle. So, hey. She says, I love the concept of the show, ladies. Thanks for sharing a little bit of you with us. No fear and self-care are so important. I love it. Both of us, yes. I was going to do another question for you. I think it's your turn.
Let's see. And how many do we have to pull? How many? 5 each?
Yeah. We'll see. We'll gauge it.
Best gift you received this year.
Okay.
Tough. That's a tough one.
I laugh. Yes, it is a tough one. And it's hard to say one, really, and honestly and truly. So for Christmas, my family has really blessed me, and vice versa. We really love each other and just want to just give and see the smile on their face. So my brother-in-law got me this, like, I get so cold. So cold.
Oh, I have ideas.
So I got this. It's a blanket, but it's in a hoodie format.
Oh, nice.
So you could tuck your knees in it. Like, it was the best. And I freeze every time at my mother's house and my sister's house because they like the AC on in the winter. If you are that person, give me a little like. I am not that person. I will give you the angry face, okay? So that was the best gift because they really took the time to the type of person I am and gifted that. And then my sister as well gifted me a really nice purse that I love, love, love. So that's my other favorite. I know you said one, but I just have to
share.
Yeah, I have to.
That's good.
Yes. Okay, so now your question. You're at now question number 3. Don't get too nervous. You're halfway there, sister. Yeah. Right? We're on 3, yes. Yeah. We're halfway through. Okay. So, Attorney Rochelle, this is like deja vu. What is the best place you visited this year?
Okay, well, I guess I'll tell that trip. I haven't traveled a whole lot this year, but where I went with my family, we went to Gulf Shores.
Cool.
And rented a condo on the beach. And it was, so I'm not much of a busybody in my personal time. You know, I do a lot of movement and, you know, hustle and go at work. And so I like downtime in my personal time. And so it was just nice to sit off the beach and, you know, you could get up early in the morning and sip on coffee and just listen to the beach wave, you know, the waves on the beach, and it was just,
oh my gosh,
it was great. So
the beach waves it's the best. I don't know if you ever tried running along the side parallel with the beach. I've ran the longest miles because I was so captivated by the waves.
So I tried telling you earlier I'm not much of a runner. No. My hint to Mardi is that I'm not a runner. But one day when you help me with this Biggest Loser, I might be a runner.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, we could work in baby steps, walk first and jog, and then we'll graduate to the running.
But I bet running on the beach is probably the best.
God, so peaceful. Yes. Yeah. So we have another comment. This is Tiffany saying, "Hey, Rose."
Hey, Tiff.
Hi. So love to have like the interaction of you guys of this. And, this is a great way for you guys to get to know us a little bit better, too.
Yes, I like it. Not everybody knows I'm not a runner.
We know now. Yes. Okay. So what's the next question?
Let's see. I got this one right off the top.
Oh, you didn't even shuffle it, sister.
Funniest moment of the year.
Oh, God. The funniest. Wow. I don't know if I could think of one. The funniest?
No. You got one? Go ahead.
No, I don't.
I was going to tease and say I won't be too embarrassed if you tell what happened this morning to me.
That was funny too. But I really, just a little, on the record, off the record, I love to laugh. I love it. I love, you guys make me laugh all the time. I mean, even before the show, we were kind of reminiscing of certain things, and y'all just had me like rolling. And I really enjoy that because I have obviously such a big smile. So that was actually funny this morning. So let me just tell that story. So she gave me permission, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So she comes into my office this morning because we have the show, and I just want to make sure, we're both up to par, everything is good. She comes in this beautiful dress, and she has a Band-Aid the color of this bucket. And I said, no, ma'am. Where are you going with this Band-Aid? So she said that's the only Band-Aid that she had in a household of kids. And it was Finding Nemo.
Yes.
But Nemo was on there.
Don't hate. Yes. It was a blue Band-Aid because Nemo is swimming.
Yes. It was
Band-Aid.
hilarious.
I had a scratch on my leg before I left. The plan was to take the Band-Aid off before anybody saw. And Miss Mardi saw my beautiful Finding Nemo,
yes. It was so cute. Her face was super angelic, but, it is what you had on your household, so that is awesome.
Hey, it worked.
It worked, yeah. So that was a funny moment. Okay, your turn. And I think we're down to 2.
We should switch. I answered your question. I think I should get a bonus.
I'll give you a clue.
I should get a bonus, don't you think?
Oh, this is a good one. You got this one.
Okay, go.
You got it.
Go.
Your biggest achievement this year.
Ooh, that's a tough question.
Of the year. Is it?
My biggest achievement.
You've had so many. You've had... Well, just a little clue. I mean, professionally, you have growing kids, which is super awesome.
I guess, this is like humbling because when I think of like achievements, I think like grand stage and some awards and, big milestones. But for me, like just being able to, like I said, transition from one job to the other job, being able to juggle what I do every day, you know, even before I came here, with my kids and what they do. I've got, my daughter's in ballet and tap. My son plays, flag football. He plays baseball, and all of that's very demanding. Yeah. And so I would say maybe that would be my achievement, being able to juggle those things. I've joked and said, if I'm juggling 3 balls and one comes out, I kick it back in with my foot. Yeah, like, okay, let's get that back over here. Yeah. But that.
And when we wrap this game up, I want you to, and it is an achievement based on the firm and why you're here. I'm gonna have you talk about what you're gonna be doing this year. It's the normal. It's normalized on your day to day, what you've used to for almost 10 years. Mm-hmm. But it's a huge achievement on the change and what you've done. I think you need to reflect on what you've done and are about to do. That's a huge achievement. Yeah. We're going to talk about, you're probably like, what did she talk about? She knows what I'm talking about. So we're going to talk about that here in a little bit because that is huge. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so last one, right? I think, are you done?
So I've got 3 for you.
Oh, okay.
So
not
you're
last
behind.
One. Okay.
But
you got one more.
No one's counting. It's okay.
I'm counting.
You're counting? Okay. Our production team's counting. So sorry, Maddie. A new friend you made this year.
Chloe.
That's awesome.
Yes, she has. Okay, so Chloe, and you're laughing because you watched the show and you love the show. Chloe is one of our Instagram influencers. Yes. Her name is Princess Chloe. If you guys have watched the show, she is full of life, and you watch the whole show from the back, and not only you but other people in the front was like, who is this little girl? She has a personality
Sassy.
like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. And she is my new best friend. So hopefully Chloe is watching and she can say the same thing about me, that I am a new friend for her.
I bet she would.
Yes, for sure. So that one was an easy one. Okay. Wow, I just screamed that one.
Too easy.
So here's your last question and then you're off the hook, okay?
Here we go.
Hopefully it's an easy one, but if it's a hard one, that's where the passion comes out.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Now I'm really afraid.
I'm laughing because this is so you. The best book you read this year.
That is so me because I'm a reader and I love to read. So one of my favorite authors is Priscilla Shirer, and I read one of her books I've read several of her books, but one of my favorite is A Jewel in His Crown.
Nice.
And, and it just kind of fits with all the things that I've been thinking about for the last year about, survivor rights and those kinds of things. But this particular book, although it's Christian based, but it talks about the worth of a woman and why you should be valued. Wow. And that I love it. And it makes you think really hard about your worth and outside of professional and personal relationships. So
you're motivating me to read the book.
That was probably an easy question for me.
And I'm laughing for multiple reasons. Number one, she is a reader, okay? Like, I make fun of her all the time because she reads, but she reads fast, like super, super fast. And I was dreading that question because I am not a reader. Like, we're total opposite. You're a reader, I'm not. And so I was just kind of in relief that you got it, because you would have knocked it out the park, and that's exactly what you did, girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay, so we have little hearts going up there, so they obviously know that you are a reader too, and they obviously know I'm not a reader as well.
I like it because I don't like not knowing things.
Yeah.
So if you pick up a book, right, and read about it and learn about it, right,
knowledge
I can do
is key.
A little speed reading for some things.
Knowledge is key. Knowledge is key. Okay, so last question of the game, which goes to me. So let me.
I want to make this one a good one.
Oh gosh.
Well, so
make
the stars will align for me.
Make it an easy one.
All right, here we go. This one is best viral video you saw this year.
Oh gosh,
this is hard.
It is hard because, and I'm an Instagram girl. I'm always on Instagram and Facebook. So the best viral video, there's so many. You're laughing at one, and I'm not going to say that one. There's so many. So I would just say the Kiki, Do You Love Me?
Okay.
So many people did that, and it was the best, and they went viral to where people were now doing it a challenge, stuff like that. I also watched the Ellen show, and one of these little girls that I follow, literally she's like 3 from San Antonio, she was on the show, and now I follow her. She has a personality out this world. So there's a lot of kids that I just love seeing because they have such a big heart, and they're so innocent, but they're like killing the industry on entertainment. So I would say those two would be my viral favorites. But Kiki, Do You Love Me?
Definitely went viral.
Yes, from Drake. So
yes.
Awesome. So that completed our game. That I know. It's nerve-wracking, right? You just don't know what's on the other end. You just got to be ready for it. But no, a lot of these type of styles, if you guys like the style of game to where we're still interactive, but we're showing you guys something in regards to getting to know us, etc. Let us know if you like it. Send us the little hearts. We'd love to know if it's something you'd want to see going forward. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn it over to the biggest achievement of the year. I know I was kind of talking about that. You probably were like, I don't know what she's talking about. So Rochelle, I want you to tell us about some of your plans that you are going to contribute to in 2020 for D. Miller and Associates.
Absolutely. So I know that the heart of this firm and Mr. Miller is to grow in sexual assaults and sex trafficking civil prosecution. And it's just a huge platform that we have decided to go forward on and full scale this year. And so my part in that will be assisting with those mass tort claims of sexual assault and sex trafficking survivors, and being able to be their voice, and standing up for them, and doing this throughout the country, not just Texas. And then in addition to that, educating the community about sex trafficking and sexual assaults. And so, for example, some of the cases that we'll be getting into are Uber sexual assaults. Educating the community of people, how many people are only in Houston that are using Uber and don't realize the risk that they take by using Uber if they're just not taking certain precautions. And so that's a platform that we want, just educating people in sex trafficking and
I think that's
assault.
huge, because I don't know if you guys saw the video that went viral of the girl that was dropped off somewhere. It's not her location. She did a video, super scared.
Right.
Then another message went out, especially for ladies and men, it's both parties, to making sure the child lock is not on when you get into an Uber or Lyft. Like, it's crazy, but if we're in this platform to educate, I think that knowledge is key. I just said it, spoken into existence, and I think it's huge. It's something that you've been doing for years, and it's not normal. It's never going to be normal, but you are in this platform to help, which is huge, because we want to create a change, and we want to make sure people have the proper help, their voice is heard, and there's someone to listen to their voice.
Public policy changes, things like that, so that we can get people's attention and recognize that, somebody, first-time user of Uber, may not know the mechanics of how that works. And what do? You actually have to go through the app, while some people may just see an Uber driver and hail like a taxi. I've actually heard of that happening. And so you want to just, I think, be precautious and always kind of have the eyes behind, your head, and know what your surroundings are and things like that. And just taking a part in educating the community. Yeah, and I think in the last 2 years, 18 and 19, there's been a huge movement on sexual assault. You probably heard the Me Too, the Time's Up, all of that stuff. It's opened up a door, which it is super sad, but it's opened up a door to where people now have a voice. In these situations, the attorneys are compelled to make a change. So what we're going to do this year, just another awesome surprise and announcement, it's one Talk to Me Tuesday a month. We're going to be doing a show. It's only going to be dedicated to sex trafficking, human trafficking. A lot of people, it's very common, which is very sad, in multiple states. A lot of people don't know. You could be at a Starbucks and think that the person is normal, and they may be one. So we want to basically educate, and if you are someone that is watching, or if you're a family member, how to listen and how to help and how to be that voice for them, so we could be a voice for them. Exactly. That's exactly it. And just knowing some of those key factors, that it may not be someone that follows you, as you're leaving from the grocery store. It could be someone that you're communicating with on Instagram. A lot of traffickers are doing less risky recruiting. And so those are some of the things that you're going to be talking about on the show month to month, and just educating and pulling in. So I strongly recommend that you go to our Facebook page and you look. We do have a schedule of the show on what topics we're going to be talking about. So I recommend, if you are a parent, if you are a loved one, if you are someone like a survivor, you just want to educate yourself more about this, we're going to be doing incremental topics and taking live questions on what things that we've seen. There may be movies that you've seen that you're like, wow, this is crazy. It's happening in real life. Whether it's our community, the Latin community, it's happening, English, Spanish, it's endless, and I can get into a lot of detail, and so can you, but that is why we're doing once a month. We're going to be opening up the lines of communication for this topic, which it's very dear to all of our hearts. Absolutely. Yeah. So I think that's a huge achievement that you've done through your experience before. What you're about to do, your achievement of this year, it's huge movement, and we do need the help of everyone. So all of us together, we can make it a safer place, a better environment, if we just know. Absolutely. For sure. So those are some of the things. I know you're also working hand in hand with the sexual assault aspect of things, and there's so many categories. Those we may be trickling in with that show.
But once we have those updates on some of the things, and if you guys have any groundbreaking news that you want to know a little bit more, like, hey, there was an explosion. What do you guys think about this? It may be something that we may not know, and we can be put in a position to help.
Absolutely.
I think that's important. Twin again. Twins. Yeah, so that's awesome. I love that you were able to share that. So now kind of switching it over, a little bit positive note, we do something called heroic behavior, okay? We want to be an advocate. We want to help. And I don't know if you guys see, our mission is to go out there and help, whether it's alleviating a family member of doing a heroic behavior, whether it's being a heroic figure in the community. It's endless of how you can help people around us. So I think it's beautiful we do it. It's not going away. It's going to keep going. So it's every month we do something to where we give a giveaway to you guys. And it's easy. All you have to do is like our page, like the picture, and you qualify to win. You do have to be 18 years or older to compete and to claim your prize. So I think it's awesome. You came in and you learned really quick on that we do it. And I think, what is your thoughts of doing the heroic behavior?
It's my favorite part of the show. A favorite thing about this office is that, you're not just taking a stance on, we're a law firm and we're going to take cases and only work legal matters, that you take a stance and be about the community and honestly looking out to see who out in the community wants to help, wants to do better, and wants to help the people around them. I think that is awesome. Amazing.
Yeah. And it's crazy. There you see all the ones for the year. Those are 12 months. So just to kind of name a few, and it's crazy because the first 6 months was one promotional model, and then it switched to another promotional model. So that's kind of funny. We didn't even realize that we did that. But some of the, starting with January last year of 2019, we gave out fitness and wellness. So it's a membership for 30 days at a gym. We gave February rodeo tickets to one of the concerts at the rodeo. Yes. We did it for English and Spanish. May, is it May? Yes, I'm on May. We did Astro tickets. So the Astros were hot. They just won. So we gave some Astro tickets. Then we did a spa at Retreat Nail and Spa. So we kind of gave a gift certificate for them to get just pampered up. Then for Father's Day weekend, in memory of that, we did a Specs gift card for all the guys that like to drink some beer or liquor. And then we did a 4th of July giveaway where we had a cooler like so and filled it up with a lot of goodies for the fireworks, stuff like that. And then in August, we did Harley Davidson gift card. We did a back to school for the kids. We gave a gift card for uniforms and stuff like that. Haunted house for Halloween, which, oh my God, I think that was our most popular one. And then for Thanksgiving, we gave out a turkey and or ham and all the fixings for those that are just in need of, a meal to gift their family and stuff like that. And then in November, we gave a Christmas tree, natural Christmas tree. So for those that just, either weren't able or just were so busy with the hustle and bustle, and that helped. And then in December, we gave out a gift certificate for Squeeze to start the year off in a healthy tip.
Like it.
Yeah. Yes. So we would like to know your opinion. What was your favorite part of heroic behavior? What was your favorite gift? What is something you'd probably like to see that you'd like to be a part of for this year, 2020. We're going to do the same thing, kind of strategize what we're going to give away. So if you guys have any ideas, Attorney Rochelle, if you have any ideas, please let us know. We're an open book here. And I know January, we're starting it with a bang. So this is what January is. It's going to be dinner for two.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah. So in January, you win it at the end of the month. We do it at the end of the month for every heroic behavior. So that way your gift is really for the next month. So Valentine's Day is the next month.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes.
So if you see this picture, make sure you go like it. Go like our Facebook page. You have to tag someone you'd want to go to dinner with for Valentine's weekend. So if you have a spouse or friend, a best friend, if you want to tag me, you're more than welcome to. I'll go. And it's super easy. All you have to do is use one finger, and you have to do 4 things, and it's free.
There you go. Isn't that great? I mean, it doesn't get easier than that.
It doesn't get any easier than that. So we wanted to start off the year just like that. Other things and other opportunities, if you guys want a chance to be on the show.
Yes.
Okay. It's super easy. It's not nerve-wracking, right?
No, not at all. It's fun. We've had some good laughs today.
We did, yeah. So all you have to do is send an email to the email above us. It's giselle@dmillerlaw.com. So if you want to be on the show, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're making a difference with a nonprofit, if there's something you want to do, a risk and reward, and you want to come and talk about it, if you are a trainer and you want to come and talk about the serious aspect of the wellness and your nutrition, hey, by all means, we want to open up this platform for you guys. Or if you have any ideas, hey, I would like to see fitness and wellness on the show, just send an email here and we'll make sure that we make it happen for you.
I like it.
Super easy. And then not only that, they find this show on social media, Facebook, but do you want to tell them what social media channels that we have?
So I know about LinkedIn, Instagram, and we have Facebook Watch.
Yes, and YouTube was the last one.
YouTube, yes.
Facebook, I will say we do have that in 2 languages, so English and Spanish. For all my Latin community, whoop, whoop. It's called D. Miller Law Latino, which you'll see it right there on the screen. And then the rest are pretty much predominantly in English. They're all very different, though.
Yeah.
You've got to see them all. We do different things on all of them.
Yeah.
We go live with different topics and stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome to kind of see that. But yeah, if you guys want to see something in particular on social media, let us know. We are, again, like I said, an open book. So there's our beautiful picture for this show. Man, you're beautiful.
Aw, so are you.
Thank you.
I love it.
We make a good dynamic duo. So we're kind of coming to the end of the show, and I want you, Attorney Rochelle, to let our viewers know maybe either your favorite quote or some words of wisdom and advice to start off the roaring 20s with a bang.
Okay, let me think about that. You always get me with the quotes.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, I think last time I had a quote, so this time I have to do something different.
Surprise,
surprise. Another one of my favorite quotes, and I use this, I tell my kids this all the time, but I think that it is such a strong quote. But if it is basically, you can be pitiful and you can be powerful, but you cannot be both. So you've got to choose pitiful or powerful.
Pick one
and pick one. So I like that quote. It's by Joyce Meyer. And
I'm gonna pick powerful, and you are powerful, so that's what you're picking. I'm owning that for you for sure. That's an awesome quote because who wants to be pitiful?
Right.
Who wants to be at the bottom of the bottom?
Right.
So it forces you to be nothing but the top.
Right, and it kind of goes with your New Year's, you know, the risk or reward, right? Like you're not taking risk if you're being pitiful.
Yeah.
You know, and I fill in words for that. So you can't be angry and powerful. You know, so put those like emotions to the side so that you can still be the powerful person that you're meant to be. You know?
I love it. None of this was planned. This is great. Love it, love it, love it. Awesome. So that's pretty much the end of our show. I definitely want to thank you guys for watching Talk to Me Tuesday. I want to thank you guys for sharing it on your Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube. You do it. The more you spread it, the more wealth and knowledge we're able to spread. So we would love to have you guys on our shows here coming in the future about any of the topics that we're talking about. Some serious topics. There are going to be a lot of serious topics. There's going to be some fun ones. There's going to be games. There's going to be a lot of stuff. But we're here to give you all of it.
All those in 2020,
exactly.
You know, to look forward to.
There's a lot. So I want to thank you guys for sharing it on your page. I want to thank you for liking Talk to Me Tuesday today on a Tuesday with your hosts, Mardi B and Rochelle.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.